We call to order the regular council meeting for the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindop, and Raglan this third day of May 2023 at 7:01 p.m. As we gather this evening, I would like to acknowledge on behalf of this committee and our community that we are meeting on the traditional territory of the Algonquin people. We would like to thank the Algonquin people and express our respect and support for their rich history, and we are extremely grateful for the many and continued displays of friendship. We also thank all the generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years. Okay, I'll do roll call. Councillor Banks. Here. Councillor Topel. Here. Councillor Keller. Here. Councillor Quad.
Present.
Okay. We have a resolution that the council, the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindop, and Raglan adopt the agenda as amended to include items 10.6 and 10.7. Could I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Banks, seconded by Councillor Quad. Any questions, comments?
No.
I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yes.
Those opposed? Motion carried. I don't have anything to report to council this month. It was kind of quiet. Just a meeting that was held in Eganville at the Eagles Nest that you were all at. And was very education and motivational. It was
Very informative, yeah.
Yeah, it was a very good meeting. I'd like to see if ask if there's any disclosure of pecuniary interest.
No,
Okay, no, so we will. We have no delegations or presentations. We'd like to welcome our guest in the audience tonight. We have a resolution that we, the council of the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindop, and Raglan, hereby adopt the minutes of the regular council meeting of April 5th, 2023, the deferred meeting of April 12th, 2023, and the special council meeting of April the 19th, 2023, as presented. Can I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Keller, seconded by Councillor Caulfield. Any comments, questions?
No. Good.
Okay, I will call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yes.
Those opposed? Motion is carried. Committee and or staff reports. We have a resolution that we are going to support. It's whereas the municipality of Chatham-Kent shared a resolution with all municipalities in Ontario to engage with municipalities, the Association of Municipalities of Ontario, and any other relevant municipal association to determine what tools may be available to reduce the insurance costs, including cooperative purchasing of insurance, creation of a municipal reciprocal insurance provider, or legislative changes to address insurance costs to municipalities. And whereas the municipality of Chatham-Kent is asking municipal councils to support improvements to reducing municipal insurance in Ontario. That the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindop, and Raglan does hereby support and endorse the municipality of Chatham-Kent in seeking support and collaboration on reducing municipal insurance costs and advocate for solutions that help municipalities to afford insurance while protecting residents and businesses and the services they rely on. And furthermore, that this resolution be forwarded to AMO, the Ministry of Municipal Affairs and Housing, on municipalities in Ontario. Could I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Banks, seconded by Councillor Quad. Any questions, concerns?
No.
Okay. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? The motion is carried. We have another resolution. Whereas at the regular council meeting of May 3rd, 2023, council considered correspondence from the town of Essex regarding municipalities retaining surplus proceeds from tax sales. Now therefore be it resolved that council directs staff to send a letter to all relevant taxation bodies, including the Ministry of Municipal Affairs and all other municipalities in Ontario, urging them to reinstate previous legislation that permitted a municipality to apply for and retain surplus proceeds from a tax sale in their jurisdiction. Can I get a mover for that, please?
I can move.
Moved by Councilor Capell, seconded by Councilor Keller. Any questions, comments?
All good.
I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yes.
Those opposed? Motion is carried. We have another resolution, whereas Enbridge recently made an announcement of their intention to begin charging third-party contractors and other utilities $200 Canadian plus applicable taxes for utility locates where a field locate is required. And whereas third-party contractors include Ontario municipalities. And whereas these local requests are only required as Ontario municipalities have allowed utilities to use municipal right-of-ways at no charge to the utilities. And whereas this announcement of new download costs will negatively impact the budgets of Ontario municipalities, which are already burdened. And whereas Enbridge is successful in implementing this new charge, a precedent is set for other utility companies to also begin charging for locates. Therefore, be it resolved that the Township of Brunel, Lindau, and Raglan strongly opposes these utility locate costs being downloaded to Ontario municipalities by Enbridge Gas or other utilities. And that the province of Ontario's Ministry of Public and Business Service Delivery make it clear that these costs must be borne by the utilities themselves. And that this decision be forwarded to Minister of Public and Business Service Delivery, Khalid Rashid, Minister of Infrastructure, Kinga Sharma, Ministry of Energy, Todd Smith, Premier Doug Ford, John Yakubowski, Renfrew Nipissing Pembroke, NPD, the Association of Ontario Road Supervisors, and the Association of Municipalities of Ontario. Can I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councilor Banks, seconded by Councilor Quad. Any questions, discussions?
No.
I'll call for the vote.
Yes.
All those in favor, yes? Opposed? Motion carried. Okay. We have a resolution that we, the Council of the Corporation of the Township of Brunel, Lindau, and Raglan hereby accept the correspondence as circulated. We're gonna move over for that, please. I move by Councilor Capell, seconded by Councilor Keller. Questions, concerns, anything anyone wants pulled out of the correspondence?
No, looks good. Looks good to me.
The resolution I was talking about for the interim and it's not that one, it's one from the county. I will get it. No, I will get that one with her next meeting. Okay. Okay, I'll call for the vote then. All those in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Okay, new business. We have a resolution, the Council of the Corporation of the Township of Brunel, Lindau, and Raglan accept the cell tower report for C8533 and C8620 for information purposes only. So has everybody had a chance to look at that? Any questions, any comments?
It's just nice to see the progress. There's some progress. Yeah, some progress.
But a lot of pulling and prodding from Tammy to get it to this point.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Quickly, you tell me. Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, so this is what Rogers needs to be able to proceed.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is one, okay.
Now, is there any more news about the one on, Chute Road? That they were looking at? That, what was it? Was it in the last report? Yeah, it was in our last report. There was one on Chute Road.
So do you have a report from this in our last report? So timelines, I don't know when construction begins.
No, I mean, you know where that's at, like,
No,
no.
There's one more coming up that's already.
Okay.
and I think we have to talk about this and then later in the meeting. Okay, so, I need to, can I get a mover for that resolution, please? Moved by Councillor Cockle, seconded by Councillor Banks. So no further questions then? I'll call for the vote, all those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, nothing is carried. We have a request from the Paddler Co-op with the resolution. The council for the corporation of the township of Green Island, and Raglan hereby approve the special event application from Paddler Co-op, providing that the fire chief and building officials inspections deems the event in compliance. Could I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Keller, seconded by Councillor Banks. Any questions, comments?
So it's pretty straightforward.
It's a yearly event.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess they've toned it down a lot since before COVID. So. Okay, I'll call for the vote on that. All those in favor, those opposed, the motion is carried. Okay, we have a municipal alcohol policy. And we have a resolution, the council for the corporation, the township of Brunel and Raglan hereby adopt the municipal alcohol policy 2023. Could I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Quad, seconded by
Second.
Councillor Keller. Okay, any comments, any questions, any concerns?
I think it covers that.
Yeah, it reads pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
I was just gonna say
Yeah.
that, it was pretty straightforward.
Through the mayor, I can speak a little bit on that too. Basically, this policy is to upgrade the old policy that's only included the township of Raglan. This was started pre-COVID, and it's been a lingering thing that needed to be done now that we have more events getting up. It pretty much mirrors hospitality policy, and it's a really good policy. The alcohol inspector was still on the comment on that. If you want to template, that's the one to use, so we did.
And the smart serve isn't lifetime anymore, you got.
No, that's.
Oh, yeah.
It can be.
Discussion.
That's
Yeah,
right, yeah, I mean.
How often do you have to take the lunch?
every 5 years, I
Oh, is
think.
that right? Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, I agree too. My only question with this, and there's something else, I think later on I was looking at and I was thinking, are we getting to the point where we're gonna have all of these things happening and we're gonna have to have people on call for inspections and that? Who's going to take that responsibility?
I was gonna ask about bylaws, so
Yeah,
officer, who's gonna
yeah,
who's gonna be the bylaw
Who's
officer?
going to enforce it, yeah.
yeah,
Because we will have to have someone represent the township to go and just make sure things are, policies being followed.
yeah, and I mean, yeah, we probably have somebody that's capable, but we can't keep dumping. We have to, you know, people can get overloaded and,
Oh, no,
yeah,
there's a gap, we have a gap.
yeah, so I think it's something we've got to
We'll
put
have it in
some
the
thought
future.
into.
Yeah.
And sometimes bylaws when it comes to enforcement takes a special type of personality or training.
Well,
It does.
training as well.
It does, yeah. So I think we need to think and
Ideal candidates that went to school for that type of position.
Exactly.
we had one
Mhm.
for 2 months.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely food for thought.
yeah. Okay, could I call for the vote on this then? All those in favor? Yes.
Yes.
Opposed, motion is carried. Okay, we have a staff report. The resolution says that council for the corporation of the township of Brunel and Raglan direct the operations manager to reconstruct the Wingrove Cedar Grove Road intersection to the specifications as described in proposal B attached to the report. Could I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Caulfield, seconded by Councillor Banks. Okay. We will have the manager's report and then we will,
Okay, so as we are working towards getting our projects lined up for the year in the construction season. The issue of this intersection
come about, and we need to resolve it before we can proceed with finishing up the project. So as it stands now, the intersection is basically uncontrolled. You have Wingle Hill, and I know everybody's familiar with the terrain there, so. Wingle Hill intersecting with Cedar Grove Road. The only thing that's slowing traffic down right now is a yield sign on Cedar Grove Road. And basically right now, the traffic, 90% of your traffic is using Wingle, merging onto Cedar Grove and into the highway. It's a through. There has been a traffic count done on that. I believe it was 250 cars a day. That the traffic count come in, so there's a lot of traffic through that.
And it must be crazy on Bluegrass weekend.
Yeah, so you have your locals coming in and out, you have people going to the cottages out in Cedar Grove. I've seen it a few times where there's cars come out and there's close calls. Even for the motorists coming on Cedar Grove, trying to get up Wingle, they're kind of confused on how to get through that intersection. It's such a big area. I've seen cars go away over towards the other intersection and turn, and there's actually a car would pass them because it was kind of scary. But now's our opportunity to fix this before something does happen. I did consult with Jason Ward from Perspective Engineering on this. I kind of had an idea laid out before he got here on how we were going to handle this. But he came with a second idea, and I think that's the one we're going with. So the proper way to do this, and I will show you the diagram. Here, the proper way in the book to control this intersection is proposal A. So you would have a merge lane coming down off of Wingle, your through traffic would go and flow through nicely. This would be signed, there'd be a stop sign here, there'd be a stop sign here for any traffic going that way down the hill, they'd have to stop and turn. Anybody going up the hill, they would have to come here and turn and go up this way. This would be a one-way. Now, everybody, like I said, is familiar with the geography here.
Yeah.
That's not the most doable solution. Yes, it's by the book. However, the book doesn't accommodate for terrain.
It would take a significant amount of work.
It would. So the second option, option B, I'll pull it up now. Ultimately is the best option for this scenario. You're gonna have 2 lanes of traffic coming through, so it's just a through road. We would turn this corner into a super elevated corner, so we would slant it with your vehicles, would keep around the hill. Cedar Grove would then come out on a bit of an arch here, there'd be a stop. And then you can, depending on the sight lines of where this is gonna end up. They would turn either right or left to go where they need to go. And anybody coming down the hill would simply turn and go in there or continue on their route. So this would be the best option for this location. It's also the simplest for our road crew to maintain in the winter time as well. Right now, they are plowing off this entire area. There's a lot of back and ahead. That would eliminate that.
So could we change the name then, right to Wingle Road at 514?
That's my next line.
Well, because
Council at this
the
point,
through road would make sense, right?
council at this point,
Through
yes.
road, then.
Yeah, being a through road, that would also make it easier for us to
Yeah,
obtain grants in the future.
Because I remember we discussed this way back.
Yeah, we discussed that the first time I was on.
So essentially then Cedar Road would start here,
That's right.
and now the only issue that's going to happen with that is it's going to affect specific addressing like everybody else. So you're gonna have to replace, we're gonna have to replace signs. So that's something we can budget for maybe next year and put a letter out warning everybody that is going to happen.
Well, signage would have to happen at the same time everything else is done, would it not?
Yes, unless you change the road name right away, they can still use,
So
it
that,
goes by a measurement.
right, okay.
So we're not changing a whole lot until we change the road.
Yes,
There's the process in itself.
right.
Yeah, but for now,
As long
to
as
get
we
the
get
construction out of the way,
Back
that's.
to 911 stuff, that's all.
No, really fine.
Good.
Yeah.
So then, with the through road being that way, what are we doing with the existing Wild West space there?
So presently, it's been pulverized. There is gravel here, so there's a bunch of usable material right in this area. The plan is to dig this pie shape out and use that material to build up the silver elevation. We're also gonna need maybe a little bit of it here, we're gonna make a better ditch here and put some culvert, there's no culvert here right now. The water's all cooling out. So we're gonna take care of that as well.
So we can get.
I can almost envision too, you're gonna be narrowing it a bit from the left side.
From over here, Sean?
Yeah,
Not so much, I'm gonna try and hug that corner the best we can, so it's not such an abrupt turn, it's gonna be more of
That's a long, nice long.
nice long sweep.
yeah, you'll have more corner coming out of Cedar Grove.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you
It
said,
may not end up, this is obviously just a diagram,
exactly,
it's gonna depend on how the sight lines line up here to make it safest.
yeah. And even in your report, you indicated how much asphalt you would say to buy.
Yes, so obviously this takes an awful lot less
Yeah.
material to do.
No, you don't have, if you're not paving the parking lot.
Yeah,
Exactly, yeah, I'm like that.
So, yeah,
I think it'd be a lot safer, dude, honestly.
yeah, for sure.
I've seen a few.
Oh, yeah.
Pulls there.
I see some of the ones too.
Yeah,
Like you talked about a super elevated corner, like how much are you?
it would be a 6% gradient, yeah, it would be designed for 80 kilometers an hour,
Okay.
but it's going to be signed.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of holes.
Yeah.
Just to dig a little and everything.
Yeah.
We could get away with 5%.
Yeah.
A little extra, if it's gonna be, it's not.
As long as there's good sight lines coming in.
Yeah, both ways, it's gonna line up pretty good.
And with the taper corner too, you'll get better drainage.
Exactly, yeah. The plan is we do have in the budget for some ditching and culvert work on here too, so I'm hoping to get that entire side of that hill ditch down properly. Right now,
Yeah.
it's pretty bad, so we get that taken care of, and hopefully that keeps the water off the road.
I think residents should be pretty happy with that as well.
I think so. Oh, big time, big time. Yeah,
I'm wondering if we should have an open house. If anybody's interested in how the design's going to change before
Yeah.
we get there and start digging and everybody's.
Yeah,
up in the room.
Yeah, no.
Like it could just be a drop-in open house to
Yeah.
get the explanation.
Sure.
Yeah.
yeah, anybody want to contact the office?
Yeah,
I'm open.
but I
to
think
phone
we
calls.
could have a drop-in like for an hour sometime. You know,
If anyone has concerns, that way they can.
You do kind of drop something in people's mailbox or something.
Notify the residents on that.
yeah,
Both stretches.
yeah,
Just to get their input.
on Wingle Road and Cedar Grove Road.
Because I know it may be short. But that's not saying everybody.
Everybody's the same.
No, but I think if you, I mean, it's not hard to pull addresses for Wingle Road and Cedar Grove Road, that's
Sure.
simple.
Yeah.
And, you know, just have a drop in, because I mean, once they see the facts, but if nobody knows, then all of a sudden you're tearing everything up, they're gonna be.
What's going on?
Yeah, yes, it's better to do that than have a project plan and timeline, so everyone understands kind of
Yeah.
when the destruction will be and.
Yeah, so do you know when the construction is to be?
I'd like to have the excavation and the works done on this particular stretch. First part of July.
Yeah.
So that before the belt goes on. Okay, so maybe we should try and arrange something for the,
Expedite the.
The beginning of
Yes,
June.
yeah, for sure.
yeah,
Do you need answers on this, sorry, do you need answers on this prior to the closing?
I don't, we can always amend the change order to the RFP if we need to.
yeah,
I don't think we're gonna see
yeah.
too many people opposed to this situation.
No, I think once they see what it is and why,
Yeah.
I think they'll be,
As an RFP, so when's the closing date? Then 12 will close, how soon do you find the work?
We'll put it at a council, maybe at a special meeting or
Oh,
something.
yeah, if the.
Mid-May.
Yeah, because the timeline, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything that you're concerned about as far as shortage, or you have everything that you need?
We can have everything.
So material wise, as far as culverts and things, well, good.
Culverts are- We're well set up for culverts,
No work,
good set for that.
if you don't wanna have something small, or something like that, so
For sure,
we're good.
for sure. We're ahead of the game on these, for sure.
And I think for the open house, we don't even have to have all of council, it's not a council meeting.
No.
It's an open house.
Yeah.
So you can have to be here. I might be here. And Virginia, Tammy, whichever one's working. And it's just information.
Would you like to set a date for that?
We should put a date. Or.
Well, it's just going to be a drop, and you should have a couple of dates,
Well, we-
say, you know.
well, we pick a date and that's when it is.
That's what you put in your letter.
So we have this isn't formal yet, the drawing, right?
It will be now.
It is when we pass the
Yeah.
motion.
Yeah. Aren't we aiming for first of June, somewhere in there?
Yeah, that's what I was.
So we didn't have any comments back into June, council didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Or even the last, you
The
know,
last week of May or something.
yeah, like maybe the Thursday night, and that would suit everybody.
So that would, you still be able to walk that same that comes down there?
Yeah, so, yeah, it's just a two lane straight through, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I just, well,
Okay, well, you can text and set it and then we'll. let it know.
That was good.
Any other questions or concerns? Okay,
Finally,
yes,
should we set a date for awarding the tenders? Tenders close on the 12th of May. We set a date for special council meeting.
17th of May, good for everyone?
But that's what.
Wednesday?
Yeah, sure.
what, is that a Wednesday? 17th? Yeah, I have a meeting that day, but it's only in the morning. That's okay.
May 17th.
Yeah. Okay, so any other questions then on this
That's good,
resolution?
72.
Pardon?
I was just checking my calendar on the 17th, make sure I was okay.
Yeah. Any other questions then on this proposal B that we're going to accept? Okay, I'll call for the vote on the motion. All those in favor?
Yes,
Against? The motion is carried. And then you can set a date for that, public comment. Okay. We have an amendment for a zoning bylaw. That council, the corporation, the township of Brunel, Lindau, and Raglan receives an application for amendment to the zoning bylaw to rezone 2.02 hectares, 5 acres, of part of lot 20, concession 11, in the geographic township of Brunel, to permit a camping establishment with 11 dome tents on cedar decks, pursuant to section 3412 of the Planning Act. Council will hold a public meeting on Wednesday, June 7, 2023, at 6:30 p.m. regarding the proposed amendment to allow for public review and comment. Again, move for that, please. Okay, moved by Councilor Topel, seconded by Councilor Quad. Questions, comments, concerns?
No real concern, that's kind of actually a little bit interesting.
yeah.
There was
Someone-
a dome
someone-
tent.
If I may, through the mayor,
Yes.
dome tents are referring to geodesic domes.
Mhm.
We had one there.
Like yours, similar to yours.
Similar to yours.
Yeah.
different material. If they would like to establish a camping ground, typically these don't come to council prior to the public meeting, except that notification has to be. Landowner within 20 meters of that zoning amendment, and that would include the Gorman Lake Beach.
Mhm.
So which is why I'm bringing this to council, so you're aware of that. Public notices will go in the paper tomorrow. 7 o'clock.
So the beach will be busier.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that property, but it looks like it goes right to the lake.
No, they got across the road.
They'll walk
Oh,
across.
that's the road there?
Yeah, it's right across the road. It's okay, dish, just walk across.
Oh, what's that road up there? Oh, okay, yeah, I see.
Some side.
It says Cuddy Lake up there.
Because of the people going back and forth across the road. That's county,
Yes. Yes.
similar to what they put up, out at, out past the ski, California, same idea where everyone goes up to Eagles Nest.
Okay.
So there will be a public meeting the 7th at 6:30 prior to our regular meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we would have concerns for that or not.
So who does the cleanup right now at our beaches?
Our labor. So much.
That would involve a lot more maintenance and, you know, it could lead to issues with over attendance and.
Please.
Yeah.
Potential for.
I suppose if the county is preparing the amendment, would they comment to us on our interest?
I do think I read in here. The capacity of each dome tent. I don't think I've seen.
No, this is the maximum of 11 sites.
No, I've seen 11 sites, I just don't know how many people
How many
per,
people, yeah.
and that's what I'm trying to get at, the math on that.
Well, I know a year can accommodate 2, 4, 6.
Yeah, it depends on the size.
Yeah.
Maybe we should ask.
No, I'm just curious because that helps helps you understand, you know, traffic back and forth across the
Oh, yeah.
road, potential for people, how many people might be at the beach, potential for extra garbage, just things to consider.
Garbage, waste, but what happens down the road if we do have a problem with that?
Well, see, I was thinking about that waste, and what I was thinking is, they could take it to the, back to the property there. And they can just,
Yeah.
well, yeah, I know, how do you control that, yes?
The campsite itself will be set up.
I mean, they're gonna have to have.
No, they'll be set up with everything that they,
Well, that's what they need.
that they need, right?
Yeah, they're gonna have to have garbage. sites.
Self-maintaining, yeah, they
Yeah.
have their washrooms and
Yeah,
their
that's right.
showers, and
Yeah.
their eating,
If
dining,
it's,
whatever.
if it's gonna be a campsite, they're gonna have to have that.
Well, it sounds like too, when you read through it, it's, you know, accessory structures, right? They talk about an eating establishment.
That's right, yeah, they
Yeah.
talk about all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Buildings
Yeah.
and structures, so it
I'm
may
not
be.
too, I wouldn't be too worried about being overwhelmed
No,
with washroom stuff at the beach, they'll have better set up at their own.
eyes leaks.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the intent of it, right?
Because with the campsite, the regulations have changed so drastically with it. So it'll be a pretty nice setup if they're gonna make that investment.
Yeah.
I would
Well,
expect.
it's something to keep in our mind.
Yeah, I'm just curious about the capacity of the,
Don't have that number off.
no, I know.
No,
But then they might have like one site that might hold like 10 people, another one that might just hold 4 people. Like, you know, are they
I'm
all?
envisioning something probably in the six person capacity, I
Well,
would say.
maybe.
I don't even think it's that.
Yeah, maybe 4 to 6, that I wasn't, yeah, because of the size of the parcel of land
Yeah,
and the amount of campsites, I just
Yeah.
envisioned a smaller
Yeah.
footprint and not that.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's something we can ask, it's just it's a curiosity thing for me, just to know the volume.
Yeah.
The maximum capacity.
Okay, so that, can I get I'll call for the vote? All those
Yes.
in favor? Yeah.
yes.
Yes, motion carried. Okay, we have a resolution that the council for the corporation, the township of Green Island, Dock and Ryland directs the fire chief to bid up to $25,000 plus HST on a 2001 Ford Mini Pumper fire truck. And I believe you have a report for that, Jordan.
Move for a second.
Oh, yeah, maybe I'm gonna move in a second. Moved by Council Keller, second by Council. Okay.
Okay, so. Has everybody seen the report? Yep. Our fleet consists of 4 pumpers or combination pumper tankers. Spread across the 4 stations through the municipality. Currently, the 1993 pumper in Brudenell is having some issues. There's a number of ongoing issues as well as some recent issues that has caused a safety concern. Mainly the truck is not shifting properly from out of drive, so if you get it in drive, it goes. You can't get it out of drive. The transmission was serviced not too long ago. So there should be no issues inside. We're not sure what the issue is or if it's gonna be a full transmission replacement. It's not shifting properly. There's a number of lights not working in the main valve, backing, leaking around the pump. So the pump doesn't work. It's gonna need new rear rims. I think one was actually leaking a little bit. But they won't pass the safety this year. Then we have an exhaust leak starting. Overall, the truck's 30 years old. Unfortunately, they don't last forever. We knew this day was coming. We've been watching for the right opportunity to replace this truck. Talking with firefighters in that area. We're looking to see a smaller truck in there, possibly with 4-wheel drive. That we can roll into more remote locations with. And it just so happens that North Kawartha is putting one up for sale. That is for sale. Through Bell Deals. When does that close? That closes in like 5 days. So it has 33,000 kilometers. It's 4-wheel drive. Would not require a Z endorsement drive as it doesn't have air brakes. Being an overbuilt haul as well, it's tough to find newer vehicles that will fit inside without doing major renovations to accommodate. This will fit in no problem. So 4-wheel drive will allow firefighters to access more remote locations. We do get a lot of calls for Green Lake and back in that area. And it's tough for us to get there with what we have now with damage. Just some numbers here. I know we did a transmission job last year. Number of trucks, it was over $12,000. Not including the other issues, the rims, the valve repairs. You could potentially spend $20,000 in that day this year to bring it back where it needs to be. And again, it's 30 years old. It's time for it to retire anyway. We estimate around $5,000 to $10,000 for the sale. Bonus with it is an automatic transmission, so it will be more favorable through the fire service. We did budget this year for $25,000 to go to reserves. So we're proposing that line will be used to purchase this vehicle. And whatever's off the sale of the 93 will go back to reserves. So just some options for you to keep the 93 and assume the risk. Send the 93 for immediate repair at an unknown cost. Keep looking for another full-size pumper, to which the options are slim. We're finding one that would fit in the hall, and again, at an unknown cost. And or renovate the hall to accommodate a larger truck. Or we go after this mini pumper and to better suit the various needs of the department.
So if it's having transmission trouble, we even get money for it.
That's a good question. We obviously have to disclose that it's having issues, so it's dependent on somebody wants to dive in and fix it. It does have a good set of tires on it. There's the frame and the body itself is in decent shape. Good engine in it.
How many kilometers on that?
45,000.
Gas or diesel?
Diesel.
Does the mini pumper have a tank on it?
It does. It has a 300-gallon tank on it, and the pump that is on it
is an 840 gallon per minute pump, which would allow it to classify as a pumper. There is a minimum pump size for that. So it would classify as.
So you can connect to a tanker. if you
Yeah.
wanted to.
Yeah, and there's a tanker route now, so there's a good amount of water there right now. This would go perfectly with this truck.
I've often thought about something smaller, that simply just because of some of the rural roads would be potentially.
Oh, I like the idea.
Yeah.
I like the idea of this smaller.
And one card I have on my sleeve for it is being an F-550 chassis.
Yeah.
The emergency body is separate from the chassis, so if we ever had issues, we can lift the emergency body out, park the new 550 chassis in it, and we have a new set of wheels. Good to know, yeah. So that's another one.
Yeah, I can't see pumping a lot of money into a 1993.
Not when the transmission.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I
another.
mean, because that's at least half of the cost of this other truck.
And then there is legislation that says how old a truck is supposed to be within your.
Generally 30 years for any straight pumper, it's time to think about it.
Yeah, the delta between what we're talking about doing with the bid and what would potentially be the other, there's probably about $10,000 difference. It doesn't seem to be a hard decision to make.
No, I don't think it is either.
Engine,
Ours.
Diesel.
Yeah,
would be 7.3.
Yeah,
Most likely it's gonna
Would be a good end.
it seems like a good option.
knowing where it's
Yeah.
coming
For
from,
the
they're
$10,000 on it.
pretty good.
buy it to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try.
Where's the bid sit right now? Because usually the bidding happens more at the end.
10,600.
Yeah, usually the last day is the
The
activity.
last hours.
Yeah, that's what the activity is. No,
Um,
if we could pull it off. that'd be
Yeah, if we can, that's for sure. They're hard to come by, the smaller trucks, especially with something close to look at, like,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Maybe as many, not that many people would bid on it being smaller. Just the smaller towns, but where we are more rural, because it would be so handy to have
Yeah,
that flexibility to get in the areas with the whole drive. No, see what happens. I'd be for it.
Yeah.
any other questions, comments?
No, the financially makes sense.
Yeah. All those in favor?
That's
Against, the motion is carried.
Thank you.
only thing I want to speak on. Did anybody watch W5 this weekend?
That's been on actually a couple.
What was that, right? Okay, they talked about volunteer firefighters. We think we have a problem. There's a lot of other stations out there that have a lot more problems
Yeah.
than what we do. And where was it? Someplace in the Coahuila, was it? It took people 45 minutes to get their trucks there because it's like everybody else, they have full-time jobs and everything else, and a couple of people have actually lost their lives because of it. And they don't know what they're going to do because they just can't get volunteers.
Okay, we have a resolution before us of council corporation, the township of Brunel, Landock and Raglan. Hereby direct staff to forward this request to the municipal solicitor for review. And this is from Lauren Clayton. Could I get a mover for that, please? Councillor Banks, seconded by Councillor Cotta. Okay, so it seems there's an issue with a bylaw of ours from back in 1880. And
Yeah, when I see that.
in stuff like this before through my years, it does happen. And, we'll send it out to Bruce and Len and Bill with Lauren and,
Yeah, so it's through the mayor, it's basically, the PIN number for the road allowance from the bylaw in 1880 is registered to the property on title. So the bylaw needs to be rescinded to rectify the correct title on this property.
So it is 1880. And I thought maybe something was wrong.
Yes, I'm taking it. No,
No, it's 1880, and they talk about, payments and how they.
Yeah.
yeah.
I've heard.
No,
I can see how there was errors, because see how they were done.
Yeah.
And they're not.
Yeah.
It's an easy one. Anyway, so that's an easy fix for that.
Yeah.
Could I, call for the vote on that, all those in favor?
Yes.
Everyone? Motion is carried. Okay, and at this point, we will turn our meeting over to our treasurer to present to our budget presentation.
All right.
One more.
Changed it up this year.
New colors from last year.
Now, different.
No, they don't.
I'm just teasing.
Okay, so this is our 2023 budget presentation.
Means laptop cover.
Well,
You got two views.
Yeah.
Would be easier if I just got close out and down. Probably easier for us all to follow along next to one.
We'll start with summary of revenues. So taxation, 1,405,743. Payments in lieu, which also include our county forest and Hydro One. 72,992. Our own this year is down from 788 last year, it's 782,900 this year. Our OCIF for this year, 371,839. Gas tax, 49,740. Other grants, 60,957. Fees and services, 70,000. Recreation and Four Seasons Park, 25,500. Modernization reserve, what we have left there is 120,227. What we're going to be pulling from reserves this year, and that's to cover the biggest share of it is OCIF money that's in reserves for road projects is 558,423, and other revenue $56,080 with a total of $3,574,401.
If I might just ask for folks following along that might not know what the acronyms mean, what is OCIF?
Ontario,
Infrastructure.
yeah, infrastructure funding.
And OMPF?
Ontario
Municipal Partnership Fund.
Okay, it's just helpful for people that are
Yeah.
following. Thank you.
So there's a little pie graph to kind of show the percentages of where revenue is coming from. So taxation makes up 44%. DIL 2%, all 24%. Reserves 17%. Everything else is kind of like gas tax 2%. Everything is kind of 1 or 2%, so it's not a whole lot. Our biggest revenue there's taxation. Municipal reserves at the beginning of January, so in working funds, we had $321,669. Modernization is the 122.27. The town hall, 26,790. Our roads reserves, 704,638. Waste sites, 426,227. Recreation general, 73,500. Recreation Committee, 15,000. Four Seasons Park, 5,000. Future Capital, 26,800. Fire Capital, 33,830. Fire General, 22,686. Shoreline, 20,994. With a total of $1,797,411. It's healthy reserves.
In reserves, yeah.
We're taking 558 out of them. Yeah. So we'd be down to
1.2 in a bit.
And of course, if there's any,
surplus that goes
Yeah.
back into reserve. Yes.
So in 2023, these are some of our capital projects planned. So in general, we have the asset management plan, which we are in progress with.
And that's a legislative responsibility.
Yes. And our server upgrade. Waste sites, steel wheel compactor. Fire department. Fire chief's working on a master fire plan and community risk assessment. Those underway. Recreation, we're going to plan to complete the public washroom. Building, we purchased the used truck for our building official. Roads, we've got the asphalt reclaimer. And the road rehabilitation projects, which include Cedar Grove Road, Moccasin Lake Road, River Road, Wingle Road, Jewelville Road, and Burnt Bridge Road. A lot of construction and projects to.
Keep Jordan out of trouble.
It's an ambitious year.
That's good. That's good.
Tenders are all in, they all come back to the 12th, so I'll have results for everything.
Yeah. So they close at the same time. That's good.
Yeah. So a summary of our expenses, so from general government, $553,771. Fire services, $242,038. Building department, $60,514. Roads department, $1,757,539. Street lighting services, $4,500. Waste sites, $501,800. Recreation and Four Seasons Park, $136,036. Policing services, which is down slightly from last year, $306,043. Livestock valuers, 1,000. Civic address supplies, 1,500. Library services, 6,660. And the planning and development at 3,000, with a total of $3,574,401, which gives us a zero balance. Questions? And we have a pie chart too for our expenditures. So you can see the roads department with 49% with the expenditures, but that's all of our road projects. Waste 14%, recreation 4%, leasing 9%, general government 15%, fire services 7%, and building department at 2%. And then we. Printed a general overview of.
Nicely done.
And that gives us a 1.5% increase.
Yes.
So, which is really good.
Very good.
Yeah. There's a lot of municipalities, there's some scary increases.
Yeah, I've seen some of that in the paper.
Yeah. Any other questions or comments?
No, it's a good report. Good budget.
We have a resolution that we council the township of Brunel, Lindop and Raglan hereby adopts bylaw 2023 -25 being a bylaw to adopt the 2023 budget. It's a little different procedure than previous years because we can't set our tax rates yet because we're waiting for the county to get all their information and to opt up. So then, so we'll have the tax bylaw at the next meeting, but we can go ahead and accept our budget. Any other questions or comments on that?
No,
Right. Call for a vote, all those in favor?
Yes,
Oh, I didn't get a mover.
not yet.
Okay, well, let's have a mover on that resolution. Councilor Caulfield, seconded by Councilor Keller. I'll call for the vote, all those in favor?
yes,
Opposed, the motion is carried. Pardon?
Can you go back to the back end of that one?
Good.
You have a resolution that we, the council, the corporation of the township of Brunel and Dock and Radley, hereby adopts bylaw 2023-26, being a bylaw to appoint municipal officers, set salaries, mileage, and benefits for council and municipal employees. And this is all stuff we have discussed through the budget process and just enacting. So could I get a mover for that, please? Councilor Banks, seconded by Councilor Quad. Call for the vote, all those in favor?
yes,
Against? Motion carried. We have a resolution that we, the council, the corporation of the township of Brunel, Dock and Raglan, hereby adopts bylaw number 2023-27, being a bylaw to establish terms of reference for the BLR Recreation Committee. Did I get a mover for that, please? Councilor Keller, seconded by Councilor Quad. Any comments, questions? I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
yes,
Opposed? The motion is carried. Now that we have the bylaw passed, I guess we'll have to do the advertising to have members apply for that committee. I don't know if you want to kind of put something together for us.
You can go to social media on the website, that kind of thing.
Yeah, then you might want to put it up around and the stores. Because I mean, it could go at Iris's, it doesn't necessarily mean they have to be, it's from, it's not, yeah, okay. Okay, now we're down to road allowance usage bylaw, we have a draft. Has everyone looked at this?
Yes.
yes,
So the one that's highlighted in yellow, that is if someone wants to put a road through to do logging. Yeah, specifically for logging, and when they're done, it's no longer usable. Okay, that's good, because we have to be able to accommodate that type of usage also. And then the requests that we had at the last meetings would fit under. Where did I see that? Well, you could do encroachment agreements. No, that's not the one. Or they can have a road on it, but they have to pay all the expenses when it's posted and it's So that allows for someone that's really, really landlocked, that needs to have that access. There's still a way for them to do it.
I kind of like the policy, because
I do
it kind of
too.
describes all the possible circumstances. that
Yeah,
may
all the
arise.
scenarios, yep.
Yeah, and it's reasonable.
Yeah.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah. Good job.
In section 7.0, it says additional policies, I have 30 highlighted, some areas have 40 meters, some have 30 meters, I wasn't sure if there was a preference to that number, so I didn't want to decide it for you.
$30 meters is 100 feet, right?
100 feet's pretty big.
What were some of the other ones?
I remember I had 40 meters, so not a big difference.
Something different.
Yeah,
I think leave it at 30 meters, it's a nice round number, 100 feet.
I'm okay with three.
And the reason you had the other one,
I wanted to know if those, deposit fee was what you wanted, I just took it from a sample that I had, so that number is up to you if that's what you want.
What's this 30 meters, that's the width?
no.
What was that?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know, what do you think of the $10,000?
Awesome. Seems.
It's a chunk of money.
yeah.
I was thinking 5,000.
I mean, you kind of have to agree with insurance, because that's kind of the minimum.
Right,
Yeah, I wouldn't need to change the
yeah,
insurance.
you can't go under the million,
No.
that's even,
Yeah.
these days, that's like,
Yeah.
Put it in a different circumstance, if they build a road and we're asking them when you're done a logging operation to remove that road and reforest it, if they don't, we need to make sure our deposit is covering our work to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, $5,000.
How far is the Jane gonna get
It
you?
didn't go very far,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Are they normally asked or requested to reforest that though? I've never ever seen where they've had to reforest. It's just they have to block it off and
that's,
ensure
yeah,
that they're not either dig a deep ditch or put stone.
yeah, usually it's dug or burned, right, that's
Yeah.
normally what you see on forestry
Yeah,
properties.
Yeah.
I don't
Is that how
know.
you would prefer it to read?
Would prefer that, because.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, you could lay in the $10,000, but it's a scenario, say someone
it
uses.
depends on the time of year, you may not even get seedlings.
Well, right, exactly.
Yeah.
So if it's winter, it may return to the natural state in winter time, right?
and I mean, how long does it take before you've got brush and that growing up on it? I mean,
And it kind of lays out the rules if they wish to have something more or longer, it says what they have to do,
yeah,
Right,
so.
I kind of wondered about the reforestation too.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you're forced to reforest and then you go back to use the same concession 30 years later,
yeah,
what's the point of reforesting? You ruin it, right?
yeah,
So,
And most of these roads are winter roads to begin with. They don't build these roads for summer roads.
and like I say,
You
if
know?
they do want it, then there's different circumstances. that they
Yeah.
have to Buy it, right?
Yeah, but generally it's a winter road.
Yeah.
They haul out of it when it's frozen.
Yeah, but I think the biggest thing is for people that, you know, even the public that's trying to understand this, and why we're doing this, is because of the liability that the township assumes on everything, once it's over, right?
right,
For me, it would be kind of a. They're not gonna use it anymore, you can demolish it, deburn it, whatever, and walk away, right?
yeah, you close it,
You're
yeah.
close.
I think we should leave it at the discretion of the municipality. At what they're supposed to do when they're finished with it.
Well, yeah, if you sign.
I mean, it
to do
depends
it,
on where it
Yeah.
is. Like up in my house where Barry Birch put that road in, he put it in over a ditch that's so
Yeah.
high. So all he did is dig out,
Get back in.
dig the ditch back.
Yep,
Who's gonna get in there?
yeah, no, they just cleaned it back there.
Yeah,
Remove the culvert, if they even put one in,
yeah,
short term, they don't even put it in.
no. Cause I
I
don't,
ended at the discretion of the municipality, a reforestation plan may also be required, and just ended there. I believe the temporary use of unapproved grounds will require the applicant to restore as close to possible, et cetera. Take that second portion off.
yeah, I don't like the, replanting or vegetation in there, it's gonna, it's,
Yeah. I don't think it's
It's
necessary
a,
on that.
yeah, it's kind of an added burden.
Yeah. I think at the time that someone would wanna do something. As long as we have this in place, we're kind of covered for any exceptions, I think we might have to fly at that time. And asking someone to put up 10 grand as a chunk of
Yeah.
money.
It is, that's
That's a hard.
that's a
swallow
hard
too.
side. It is very hard.
so will we change it to 5,000?
Cause you're putting up your deposit for the length of time that you use it, right?
Yeah. And they would have to make sure that they.
So the deposit comes in the form of certified check.
Yeah, and we have to make sure that they've done what they have to do so that the road can be used in the future, and then we would return it.
And I suggest that staff get direction to send this to the solicitor for review.
Yeah,
So is 5,000 more palatable?
I think so.
For me, it is, it's almost like sneak evidence.
yeah,
Yeah, it's.
Well,
it's still.
yeah, it depends on what you're looking at, who's going in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, most
And
people-
then, and how much there is there.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah.
Most loggers can,
But it's also a deposit.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
deposit, you get it back.
They're getting it back.
Yeah.
it's just something you're gonna throw on your line of credit that you have to
Yeah.
carry for your job.
So yeah, that's it, if I run by
Yeah.
the fire.
Okay,
We have the resolution.
any other questions or concerns? So, we have a resolution that the council corporation of the township of Brunel, Lynn, and Ragland directs staff to send the road allowance policy bylaw to the municipal solicitor for legal review after the changes as directed by council. Can I get a mover for that, please? Okay, Councilor Capel, seconded by Councilor Banks. And any further comment or questions? No. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yes.
Against? The motion is carried. Very good. Okay, so now we have to go into closed session. Thanks for coming.
I'll wait me back this one.
There you go.
There you go.
Tell John we're thinking about it.
I'll go do that.
Nice.
See you later.
Yeah, see you later, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Okay, that we, the council of the corporation, the township of Brunel, and Dock and Ragland, go into closed session pursuant to the Municipal Act 2001, Section 239, for the purposes of subsection B, an item regarding personal matters about an identifiable individual, and subsection D, 4 items regarding labor relations or employee negotiations. Could I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councilor Keller, seconded by Councilor Coy. Comments or discussions? All those in favor?
Yes.
Motion carried. Okay, we have a resolution of the council of the corporation of the township of Brunel, Dock and Ragland come out of the closed session at 8:41 PM. Could I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councilor Keller, seconded by Councilor Capel. All those in favor?
Yes.
Motion carried. Okay, in the closed session, The closed session meeting minutes of April 12th were accepted as presented. Council discussed the request made by Rogers representative Eric Belchimer to rescind Corinne's delegated authority. Staff provided a report on appointing an integrity commissioner. Direction was given to the clerk. Staff was also given to proceed with the hiring process of an administrative assistant, equipment operator, and wayside attendant, and a discussion regarding employee. As a result, we have some resolutions. The first one, that Council of the Corporation of the Township of Greenville, Lindop, and Raglan directs staff to commence the hiring process for an administrative assistant. Could I get a mover for that, please? Councilor Banks, seconded by Councilor Keller. Any discussion, questions? Okay, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yes,
Motion carried. Second resolution, that Council Corporation of the Township of Brunel, Lindop, and Raglan direct staff to send letters of interest for the purposes of obtaining a new integrity commissioner. Could I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councilor Caldwell, seconded by Councilor Banks. Any questions or comments? I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
yes,
Motion carried. Third resolution, that Council of the Corporation of the Township of Brunel, Lindop, and Raglan direct staff to start the hiring process for a wayside attendant and an equipment operator. Can I get a mover for that, please? Councilor Quad, seconded by Councilor Keller. Any questions or comments? I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
yes,
Motion carried. We have a resolution that the council, that we, the Council of the Corporation of the Township of Brunel, Lindop, and Raglan hereby adopts bylaw 2023-28, being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of the May 3rd, 2023 regular meeting of council. Did I get a mover for that, please? Okay, moved by Councilor Caldwell, seconded by Councilor Banks. All those in favor?
yes.
Motion carried. I need the mover for this resolution that this meeting adjourns at 8:43. Moved by Councilor Caldwell.
I'm going over.